Hello, my name is Abil Tafari, and I'm going to present about our Internet Programming 1 font-in project for Group 1, and our project name is called Edusphere. So Edusphere is an e-learning platform which was designed to provide users with access to high-quality courses, enabling them to learn at their own pace and achieve their career goals. So Edusphere is a user-friendly platform. It offers a variety of online courses ranging from basic coding to more advanced topics. It also empowers students, professionals, and lifelong learners to grow their skill from anywhere at any time. So the main goal of our project is to build an interactive web experience using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So let's go over the key sections of our website. So the first page that the user will encounter in our website is obviously the home page. And as the home page starts or finish loading this, the user will encounter the navigational bar in the main banner section. So from the navigational bar, at the top, it allows users to easily navigate through the main sections of the website. It includes links to home, courses, about, contact us, and get started. Call to action button. And the courses link has a drop down menu with a few courses options like GitHub, Git and GitHub, HTML, and CSS. So when clicked, it leads users to detailed courses pages. So after the navigational bar, there is the main banner section, which is also called the hero section, which is the eye-catching section, or the first section that the user sees, or it's the first sections that attracts the user eyes. And this section is designed to immediately engage the user. It features a welcome message: learn, grow, succeed with Edusphere, which is typed out using a JavaScript typewriter effect, and these effects add an interactive touch, making a home page feel dynamic and personalized. So as you can see, when the page loads, the learn, grow, succeed with Edusphere heading appears in the form of animation from left to right and with a typewriting effect. And we have achieved this effect through the use of CSS and JavaScript, which we will see after finishing the homepage. And below the welcome message, users are introduced to the platform with a short paragraph explaining what Edusphere offers. There is also a call to action button inviting users to start learning now. So after seeing the main banner section, the hero section of our website, the user will reach the how it works section. And this section breaks down the 3 simple steps to getting started on Edusphere. The steps include creating an account, um, exploring courses, and also receiving a certificate. Each step is represented with an icon and a short description to make the process visually appealing and also easy to understand. And this this section also feel like presenting something, showcasing something by the use of card-like objects, and in which these card-like objects have a personalized touch in them with the use of scale in their elements. So after reaching the how it works section, and the user proceeds to the terminal section. All of the contents in our websites were made using semantic elements and also sections in order to make it easy for us to code and also for the user to interact with. The testimonial section is a part of the websites that highlights feedback from real students who have used Edusphere. Each testimonials include a photo, student of the photo of the student, the name of the students, and their personalized experience while using our website. So we have used for testimonials in order to showcase the testimonial section. After finishing the testimonials section, the user will reach the Edusphere Advantage section. And in this section, we have showcased the unique advantage of using our website, Edusphere, such as expert instructors, flexible learning schedule, and also interactive content. For these sections, we have used a two-column layout, separating the contents of the advantage section and also the pictures of the advantage section. And in this section, as you can see, there are two columns that have been put in the center of the page by using the justify space between CSS code snippet, and also we have tried to make the contents of the advantage and the pictures of the advantage to look more logical related with short descriptions. As you can see, there's we have given a short descriptions that are much more simpler for the user to engage with and also understand about the website. And after finishing the Edusphere Advantage section, the user will encounter the call to action section. And in this section, we have showcased the unique advantage of in these sections we have aim to motivate users to take action. The users have seen the advantage of learning from us, and also we have told the user how it works in the Edusphere, and also we have tried to explain about our website and what our goals and what we want the user to have. So the purpose of these sections is from all that knowledge that the user have, we are calling the user, or we are motivating the user to take action. It features a prominent message, imagine your future, and along with a call action for users to get started. And these call to action buttons immediately link or they take the user to go to the sign up page. So after encountering the call to action section, the user will see the courses section if he wants to know in detail about the services we give. So in this section, here users can preview some of the courses available on the platform, like Git and GitHub, HTML, and also CSS. And this section was made to be a simple section. It gives the user an overview of what they can learn without being overwhelming. So the last section in the page, or the last but not least section in the page, is the About Edusphere and also the footer sections. The About Edusphere section is all about sharing what Edusphere is about, and what can it do for the user, and what is the point or the advantage of our Edusphere website. As you can see, as the user interacts with the web page, sometimes the users want to go to the top of the page. They might be they might have scrolled a long way down. So we have also added an go back to top button that appears after the call to action have appeared. That make it easy for the user to go to the top of the page as he or she have clicked. So after encountering the about section, the user will see our footer section. The footer section is made to be simple It's not just complicated. It tells that the website is created by group one, and all rights are reserved by that group. It will also showcase our location, our socials, and also our emails. So let's say that the user has seen the all page, and let's say that the user wants to take some action. And when the user wants to take some action, he will click the get started call to action, the start learning now call to action, and also there is the courses, GitHub, HTML, CSS, and these courses are also appear in the courses section in the learn more buttons and also view all buttons. So before we see what happens next, let's see how we have made the animation effect using the JavaScript and also the drop down menu. We have used JavaScript on it, and also we have used JavaScript on our back to top section. So as you can see, we have a pretty clean file directory that are logically correlated, and on our home page you can see that there is also the sign up page included in it. Going to the home page JavaScript file, first of all, let's see how the animation works, how the learn grow succeed with Edusphere appears in our home page. So the first thing that we have used for that animation is in the CSS using a keyframes animation. Slide in. We're given the name of the animation of the name of the animation slide in, and we wanted to change the opacity and also the transform property translate x, meaning the movement of an element in the x axis. So the purpose of this keyframe is that to make the elements go from left to its original position from 1 minus 100%, which means it's completely off the screen, and also to its original position and fully visible. And also after using the add keyframe animation, we have also used a TypeScript or type effect animation using JavaScript. The first thing that we have done is to store the message in a variable called welcome message, and also use the number of characters that are involved or that are printed in the page, and also use query selector in order to efficiently select the element that we want. So using a function called type effect, the working of this function is that after fetching the elements that we want and storing the heading, what we are going to do is that we're going to open an if block, and that if block, as you can see, it says that as character index is less than welcome message dot links, meaning that character index is the number of characters that have been printed. It stores the number of characters that have been printed. As you can see, when we add one character, when the character index status, it was at 0, meaning it will store the character L, and L will be printed. And when L goes to the element of our heading, the character index increments. So that's the logic of the typing effect in the animation of our heading. But as you can see, we have used also another function, a recursive function, using the set timeout. So the point of it is that the set timeout calls type effect every 100 milliseconds. until character index is greater than or equal to welcome message dot length, meaning that when it reaches the final character of our string, it will stop. So that's how we have achieved this animation, the heading animation in our hero section. This animation. So the slide in animation will make the heading appear from left to right, and the TypeScript function will make it appear to be written on a keyboard or using keynotes. After that, we have used also the drop-down menu. We have used JavaScript in the drop-down. And in the drop-down menu, as you can see, it was simple. It is about changing from their CSS. Let's see that. Let's go to the navigational bar and see that there is a list drop-down. As the DOM is loaded, the drop-down list is also created, but in its CSS, it is the display property have been changed to none. So when the user clicks, the back to top or the course link or this link, what happens is that an event listener is triggered, and the event listener, it changes the display of the drop down menu from none to block. And when we click that event listener again, if it is none, if it is block, it will change it to none. That's why when we click it, it will appear, and when we click it, it will disappear. And the other JavaScript that we have used in our page is the back to top button. The back to top button have the same logic. As you can see, the back to top, we have added an event listener to it that listens where when a click event have happened, and which this code means that it is to prevent the default actions that happen when we click a link. And also we have used in this back to top button, we have used in the window object scroll to method. So top 0 means that it will change the location in our browser into top 0. And also behavior smooth means the way it goes from the current position of our page into the top. It's like ease in and ease out that we use in a transition in CSS. So the back to top works like this. And when will the back to top button appears is dealt in this section of the code, where we add an event listener to the window, which means all the browser activities. And also we use a scroll event, and also so in the scroll event, in the window object, there is a scroll y and also a scroll x methods that specify on which position is the user in the browser. Scroll y greater than 6400 means that the user have gone way down in the y direction, and we have made it 6400, as we want the back to top action to appear when the user encounters the call action to button. So we have achieved this by also using the same logic as we have used before, the none and block logic. If the user is out, which means if the user is before the call to action section, the display property of that back to top element is set to none, and if it is not, it is set to block. As we have seen the JavaScript that we have implemented on our home page, let's go to the next page. So we can arrive to the next pages in two ways. The first way is by using the call to action buttons. There are three call to action buttons on our page. There is the get started button, there is the start learning now button, and also there is another starting learning now, get started button in our call to action section. And also if you have seen closely that we can also go to next pages using the courses section. We can go using the drop down menu that appears in the courses section, and also in the courses drop down menu, and also in the courses section using one of the four buttons. So let's say that the user just wants to start now. He doesn't want to see how it works or the advantage of using Edusphere. So as the user have clicked start learning now, it will take him to the sign up page. And the sign up page is designed to deal with new users and also old users that have been using the website recently. So as the user entered our website, because our website is simple and doesn't need much of your data, we'll only ask the name, your email, and also the password. You incorporate it. So after finishing or entering your username, email, and password, clicking the sign up will take you to our course list page. So in the course lists page, we will showcase the available courses. So the available courses are Git and GitHub, HTML, and CSS. And these are not a detailed description of the courses, but a brief description of the courses that the user need, so in order to choose what he wants to learn. So after the user interacts and sees or chooses what he wants to learn, he can click enroll button and directly take him to the lesson lists, to that perspective course. But before that, as I have said, there are two ways that the home page takes us to another page, and we have seen from the call to action buttons. What about the courses, in the buttons in the courses drop down menu and also courses section? So from the courses section, when the user wants to learn more, it will directly take him or her to the available courses, not getting into the sign up page. And after seeing and also choosing the courses that the user wants to take, when he clicks enroll, it wouldn't enroll him and get the user to the lesson list page. It will ask the user to sign up. It will say you have not signed up or logged in yet, please sign up or log in. So the user will be required to sign up. So after signing up, it will take him to the lesson list of the specific page that the user wants to learn. And this is achieved through the usage of query in the search bar. When we interface from one page to another page, we have used query. As you can see, we have used a parameter from that status that we have arrived from home page, and also we have used the parameters in the sign up page and also course lists page. So to see how what is the logic behind them, let's go to the sign up page first. As we can see in our JavaScript of the sign up page, we said that the sign up page have two. It can deal with new users and also old users. So as the user have clicked, already have an account. So as to see how the toggle link work, let's go to our code. And as we go to our code, the code has an event listener that listens to the event click. So depending upon the title of the form, if it is sign up or login, the form will change based on that. So if the text content of the form title is sign up, it will change into login, and by using in an HTML, we will also change its structure. And if it were login, then we will toggle back to the sign up page by using that event listener. So to talk about the logic behind where the sign up page decides to where to take the user to, first let's see how we can pass parameter. So the initial or the startup point of the website is the home page. So starting from that, there are two ways the user can walk through to the next page. Is by clicking the call to action buttons or the course buttons, or the buttons that are included in the courses drop-down menu or the courses section. So if it was from the call to action button, get started, let's say that if it was get started or start learning now, so from these buttons in their they are an A element, and in their href attributes we can see that there is a path also, and also included a question mark starting of the query, and then a parameter called from with the value hero, stating that it had came from the hero section buttons or the call to action buttons. And if it was from the drop down menu or the course section menu, the form parameter will be changed into the value home. So as to see the logical flow between the pages, we can see this picture. The red arrows state the first way to flow from pages, and the second states that when we have clicked the buttons in the courses sections or in the courses sections. So as to see the first flow of pages, if we have clicked the call to action buttons like get started or start learning from now, it will take us to the sign up page with the parameter from and value hero. And from the sign up page, it will take us to the course list page without any parameter, as it is the normal flow of pages. And after taking us to the course list page, it will take us to the lesson list of that specific course when we have entered enroll. And for the second way, we can go from the home page to the course list page with the parameter of from home and the course list page. In the course list page, depending on what the user have decided to learn, from which of the three courses that the user have decided to learn, and when the user have clicked enroll, it will tell him to sign up. And when this happens, and when the user have decided to sign up, there will be a parameter that would have been passed, and that parameter is called from with the value course1. As I have noted here, the course in means that from to which course does the sign up page have to take the user to. If the user have clicked enroll from the GitHub or GitHub course, it will be 1. If it was from HTML, it will be 2, and if it was from CSS, it will be 3. So depending on the course in value, the sign up page will decide to which specific lesson list page to take the user to. So this is the general flow of pages in our website. So to see how we have implemented that, let's go to the JavaScript of the sign up pages. And so we have used an if else statement, and we have used a parameter, a variable called params, and this parameter is an object of the URL search params, and it uses that as a constructor. It uses the window object, the location, and in the location search object. And from this object we would have a method called get that will help us to fetch a parameter from the search bar. So after getting the value of that parameter and storing it to the course variable, we will decide what to do if the user have clicked sign up or login button from there. So in the sign up page, if there is no parameters have been passed, or yes, if there is no parameter that have been passed, or if the parameter is not course 1, course 2, or course 3, meaning that if it was home, or if it was hero, if we have clicked the call to action button, it will take us directly to the course list page. But if it was from course 1, course 2, course 3, or from the course list page itself, it will take us to the specific course lesson list page. As you can see, if it was from course 1, it would take us to Git and GitHub lesson list, and if it was course 2, it would take us to the HTML lesson list, and if it was course 3, it would take us to the CSS lesson list. So that's how the sign up page will decide where to take the user to. And also the second page that decides where to take the user to is the course list page. So in the course list page, let's find it. Yeah, if the parameter is home, or if the value of the from parameter is home, as we can see, we have fetched the value of that parameter with the variable course. And if it was home, it would take him to directly to the sign up page, deciding what parameter to pass to the sign up page. And discounts have been added in order to prevent the user to click all enroll button in the course lists. And if it was not, or if it doesn't have a parameter, which means that the user have come in the normal logic flow. It means that the user have came from the sign up page. So if the user have came from the sign up page, the course list page will just pass to the specific page it was intended to do. So if the user have clicked the enroll button in the Git or GitHub course, it will take him to the lesson list of that specific course. So as to see how in the detail how it have been implemented, first of all, let's see that how did this appear. So this P element and also A element have appeared by the use of JavaScript. So to see how we have implemented it, we have faced first the parent of that enroll button, which means that the button is the enroll button, and we have added an event listener to that enroll button with the event click. And the closest means fetch the element that is close to the enroll button with the class.course content, meaning that it will get the parent of that enroll button. And after getting that parent of the enroll button, we would create a new element div that would have a child of P and A in it. So this is the process of creating elements. So after we have created the elements, we would change their contents. For example, the sign up or login. This text content should be included in the A element, in the anchor element of that div. And also, you have not signed up or logged in yet, or please sign up or login would be included in the text content of the P element inside the div. So inside the div, we will append a child first. You have not logged in or signed up yet, which means the text content or the P element, and then after we add the anchor element. After adding the anchor element, we will add that div element that it's inside. It contains a P and anchor element. We would add that into the parent of the button element, and count would be incremented so that the user cannot click other enroll buttons. After that, we would okay, if what does it mean is that, what does this mean is that in the button element, if it contains Git and GitHub, what does it mean is that if the user have clicked the Git and GitHub course card, it would change the href attribute of that of that enroll button, which means, sorry, not the enroll button, the sign up or login link of that would change to this path and to this square with the value with the parameter form with the value course1. And if it is not, it would take him to it would make the from parameter to value of course2 and value of course3, and stating the path of the sign up page. So that's how the course list page decides to go to the sign up page and what parameter to pass it. So after we have seen that how the logical flow goes. Now to continue from the previous, after the user have signed up, the page will take him or her to the lesson list page. As you can see, after signing up, let's close these tabs, and after signing up, the website will take him to the lesson list page. And the lesson list page is organized in a way that is simple for the user, like that had a brief introduction of the course and what the user will learn, that is divided into 5 lessons and a final test to evaluate how much that user have learned, and a certificate of completion upon completing the course. And this page has also included other source materials, outsource materials, that the user can see if things doesn't seem to be simple or if things are hard. So it had a simple interface. Uh, when the user interacts with this page, he or she will likely go to the lesson, to the first lesson of the course that they are taking. And when they click, sorry, there's not network. And when the user click to go to lesson, it will take him to a lesson that have been organized in a way that included videos and also textual description of the lesson. As you can see, the first lesson in the Git and GitHub course was the introduction of Git, and we have tried to include a video for that course, and for that we have used the iframe element. The iframe element is commonly used in including YouTube videos and other HTML pages. So by using the iframe element, we have included a video for every lesson of every course, and also upon completing the video and also reading the description or the textual description of that lesson, and also giving a practical exercise to the students, they would encounter quiz questions. And these questions are designed to be easy, or as a beginner quizzes. For example, as you can see, there is a question: what is Git? And in this question, let's say that the user answered a programming language. So when the user have answered a programming language and clicked submit, it would tell the user that the answer is wrong, and it would tell him the correct answer. And the user can, because this is a simple learning website, it doesn't emphasize on mistakes. It emphasizes on learning more. So it will tell the user which is the correct answer in a red, showcasing that the user is wrong. But if the user have got the correct answer, it will tell him that it have been a correct answer, what the user have entered. And also it will show him in green color, showcasing that it have been correct. The same goes for the question 2. When the user answers a wrong question, it will give a red color with the answer, and if the user have answered the correct color, it will answer it will add an LP element with a green color to showcase that the user is correct. So upon completing the first lesson, the user can go to the second lesson, and also more detailed descriptions, a more detailed practical exercises, and also a more detailed YouTube video would be there to wait for him. And also, after doing the same thing that we have done in lesson 1, we can toggle from the lessons from one lesson to another lesson by using the previous and the next buttons. So upon going and learning, watching videos and submitting quizzes, the user will get to the last lesson. By the way, these pages have the same structure and the same working. So after the user have finished all the lessons and also all the questions, he would arrive to the last page, or the last lesson that would take him to the final test. But before going there, let's see that how does this quiz work. Let's see its JavaScript. So going to its JavaScript, first of all, let's see how it's structured, how the question is structured. So the questions are structured by using the name and value attribute. These are the role player of determining if or whether the question is correct or not. So we have paired two attributes for each for each radio buttons, their name and also their value. So when the user have clicked, let's say for example, if the user have clicked delete a Git repository in this question, there is two paired attributes, name that is keep1 and value delete a Git repo. So depending on this, we will fetch the radio buttons. First of all, we create an object called correct answer that would have a key and a value of the questions. The key denoting the questions and the values denoting, or the strings denoting, the answer of those questions. So as the user click the submit button, we would fetch first of all by using query selector and also attribute selector with the name Q1 stating that it is from question 1 and it have been checked. So this would store what the user have answered, and the result div is the div that appears to in red and green color below the submit button is this result div, and the question div is choosing the question. Okay, so in the existing result means that if we reload the page, and let's say that in the previous, let's say that we have answered the question, and let's say that we have reload the page, there is a possibility that the answer would still be there. So existing result would help us determine, or would help us to remove if there is an answer, if there is an answer when the page is loaded. So if there is an existing result, we would be required to remove it. And if there is a selected, after we have seen this, we would go, and after fetching the selected answer, we would parse the value of that answer in the user answer variable. And if the user answer is equal to the value of the correct answer object dot q1, means in question one, we will change the text content of the div that we have created below the submit button into correct, and if it is incorrect, we will change it into, we will change the text content into correct. The correct answer is specified answer, and we will change the color into red and green depending on if the user is correct or if the user is not correct. And if the user hadn't choose any of the answer and have clicked submit button, we would request the user to answer the question by using the orange color. And after that, we will just add a class for that results div. There is a CSS incorporated with the class result, so this would make the CSS more easier, and also we would give it a margin top just to make it space from the submit button. And also we would use an append child method to add the result div into its parent. So that's how the submit or the quiz works in every lesson page. So let's proceed to the test. When we proceed to the test, there would be a timer that appears in the top right corner that would count from 10 minutes up to 0. And this timer is incorporated with the page so that if the user hadn't finished in time, it would submit quiz or submit the test by its own. And we have added 20 questions for each courses for the user to answer. So let's answer. Let's first of all let's change some of our JavaScript code in the test to make it more easy. Let's go right. Where is it? Let's make this one. And let's answer one question. Okay, git init. As you can see, if I have changed it in my JavaScript to make it so that if I had get 1 out of the 20 questions, it would say that I have passed. So upon completing the test out of 20, it would there would a div appear on the page, making all the background blur by using CSS and telling me that I have passed the test and I can view my results below the link, or the certificate that I've gotten from the website. So upon completing my test, and let's say that I have got 10, more than 10 out of 20, this div would appear. Its display property have been changed into none before, but now it would be blocked after the test have been submitted. So when I say view certificate, it would directly take me to the certificate that the website gives. And this certificate is completely made from HTML and CSS, so that it would be more customizable with changing font sizes and also the size of each divs in it to appear to be more screen responsive. So as to see how the test works in our test page, the logic is the same. First of all, we create an object having all the questions and all the keys, all the questions as keys, and also all the answers as value of that object. And this deals with the timer. So first of all, let's see how the timer logic works. So to start, we have decided to give 10 minutes to the student, meaning 600 seconds for him or her to complete the test. And after the timer, first we have created a function called timer. The variable function named as start timer is defined, and its job is to start counting down the time and update the timer display every second. Update the timer every second. So upon fetching the timer div, we would start a time interval function that is repeatedly run a block of code every 1000 milliseconds or every 1 second, as you can see here. So what does it mean is that to update the text content in the timer every 1 second. So we have used two other variables. The first variable is the const minutes, and also the second variable is the const seconds. So in the minutes, upon by using the time remaining or 600 seconds, dividing it into 60 seconds, and by using the maths.floor method, we can we can go to the lowest number that have came from dividing time remaining to the 60. So if we have 599 time remaining, and if we have divided it by 60, it would give us 5.9. And by using the maths.floor function, that would be 5. So for any combination of the last two digits, the minute would be the hundredth digit, or this digit in our minutes logic. And in the second new logic, we have used a modulo 60 function, meaning that it will always gives us the remaining of that. So let's say that if it was 600, and 600 modulo 60 would give us 0, which states that the starting of what? The second. And if it was 599, it would be 59. This would give us 59, stating that it have been 5 minutes and 59 seconds counting downward. So the timer display is the timer div, and also we have used a format in order to include the minute and seconds. So first of all, we include the minutes, and by using 2 points in order to separate the seconds and the minutes, and using format again by using a ternary operator. So if second is less than 10, meaning that it is now have 1 digit. So if it has less than 10, then first include the number 0 in the text, and if it is greater than 10, there wouldn't be anything before the second. So let's say that the modulo have came to be 6, and because 6 is less than 10, we would first include 0. So it would make it whatever minute we are on, 2 points, and then 0, 6. And if it were 10, it would be whatever minute we have been on, 2.10. So after we have made that, the time remaining would be decremented by 1. So this would be equivalent to a second, because we are using a 1000 millisecond set interval function. So after that, if the time remaining is less than 0, we would clear interval countdown, meaning we would stop the time interval. And upon stopping the time interval, we would alert the user that the time is up, and we would submit the quiz, meaning we would call a function called submit quiz. So in the submit quiz, how it works is that it will count the score. So first, we have said that we have stored the answers for the questions in an object called answers. So going here, we need to retrieve the length of the question. So to do that, we have used the object dot keys, and using answers, meaning the object, the answer in the question and the answer combination it would return us an array of all the keys of the answers object, and by using the .length method it would return us the length of that array that have been created by this. So this means that we have got the total quotients. So after that, we will use the for of loop. The for loop, why we have used the for of loop is that the for of loop doesn't iterate over the indexes. Instead, it iterates over the values. So by using a 2D array as the iterator, question marking the keys in correct answer, marking the answers or the values of the fetched user answer, and also of means iterating over the entries of answers. Entries would give us an array or of array in which specific arrays in that array are a paired up of keys and values. So in this, its array would be something like Q1 version control, and Q2 to track changes. Blah blah. So this is the array that it will be returned by this, and this variables will iterate over each specific array in the array. So the user answer, we would create another variable called user answer in order to fetch the answer from the document or from the page by using a query selector for each question. So for the question, meaning by the formats, by using formats, if by using the attribute selector, if the input name attributes have the value of question, meaning Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q3 that we have gotten from this iterator is checked, by this iterator, it will be stored on the user answer variable. So if user answer and user answer dot value means that if there is an answer answered, it means that if the question have been answered, and also if the answer of that question equals to the correct answer, means the second iterator that goes to the value of that object. If both are equal, then score will add. After finishing the score, or after finishing that loop, we would display the result. We would call display result function. So the display result function would take the score and also it will tell us how much we have gotten out of the length of that object. Okay, and we would fetch the result container which was hidden at first, and we would remove the hidden class from the class list of the result container, which would make it block again. It doesn't change the property. This means that it would only remove the class, making it use the default class. So if we go to the CSS of the test, as you can see, there is a hidden class, and that hidden class have a display none property that have been emphasized as important. So this would be removed this class name will be removed from the result container. So if the score is greater than the specified number, we would change the text content of the result container. And in the result container, there is a message paragraph, and we would change that that content and also the color of that paragraph, and also we would create an anchor an anchor element, and also give it a name, a color, a display property to make it appear down, or sorry, on a new line after the paragraph, and also give it some space at the top, and also giving it an href attribute to go to the certificate, specifying the attribute target for the link element, and also giving it a text decoration. Then we would append it to the message, and also after appending it to the message, this will be displayed on the screen. Else means that if the score is unsatisfying, or if the limit if the goal haven't been included, it would change the text into "Unfortunately, you have failed the test. Click try again," and it would be displayed in red, emphasizing color and content relationship. So as the same logic, we would create a link for each try again that would reload the page again and make the user take the test again. And after that, that's how the result is displayed. And this code snippet is to handle the submission. And when we say submit in the form, all the content would have been all the answers would have been removed. So in order to prevent that, we have used prevent.default in submit quiz. So that is how we have handled the test page for the specific course. So this is redundant for the other courses. This is how the course goes. It's the same for the HTML page. So upon entering our name, email, and also password, it had the same basic structure as the what it's called, the Git and GitHub listen. And it has, sorry, the Wi-Fi have been disconnected. Let's reconnect it again. It uses the same quiz, it uses the same video set, it uses the same iframe element for every lessons in the HTML course. So upon from here, things are redundant, which is redundant for CSS, HTML, and GitHub. Only the contents of them have been changed. So thank you for staying up to now and listening to my presentation.